Hi everyone, welcome back. It's Deborah and welcome if you're a new subby. So today I'm going to be playing with Tim Holtz wallpaper, worn wallpaper it's called, and this is some of the older wallpaper, but I thought that I would use it just because it's been a while and I need to use some of it up. So I have an idea. Now in fact it's not actually my idea. I am a big fan of Escape to the Chateau, and I loved it when Angel did the wallpaper in the staircase, and also she did it in one of the earlier shows. She did it in the little round turret room, and it was just beautiful. And so I was just thinking about that last night for some odd reason, and then I thought, why don't I try and make a similar thing using the Tim Holtz wallpaper? So what I'm doing is I am just dividing the paper up. Now it does involve some math, so if you're not great at math, I apologise, but I'm just making some lines on the paper. I figured this is the easiest way to do this. If anybody has a better suggestion, I'm sure you'll let me know. And I just need to make some lines. So the paper itself is 8 inches tall and 5 inches wide, so I'm just dividing it into quarters that way and also quarters this way, so 2, 4 and 6, and then I'm drawing lines across. I was going to try and use something else, but in the end I figured that drawing the lines was the easiest way, and because we're not going to see the back of the paper, only the front, it doesn't matter that there are lines over it. Now you're probably thinking how tedious, I have to draw lines on every sheet, but you don't. I've already done one set and it worked fine. They need to be reasonably accurate because otherwise they're not going to be correct. Now also check, I don't think any of these are, but check that your wallpapers aren't having a direction. Like that's got a little bit of a direction, but I think it'd be all right. And I can always turn it up the other way anyway. So I've got 4 sheets out in total. So the next step is to draw some diagonals. And what I'm creating are just diamond shapes. So I'm putting the ruler where it needs to go, just so that it's matching up with here, and then draw all the way through like that. And then this one here will be the same. So we're drawing through the center where the lines are intersecting, and that should then end up, just check this out, maybe that line's a little bit off, I hope not. So if I draw from this one here through that intersection, through, no that's right, I must have been holding it funny, through that intersection, and then you need to also draw one down here where these are, right on the edge. So from there to there. And then turn it the other way and repeat the process. So just connecting up, because that is going to be your diamond shape there. So that's why you need to make sure that your lines are reasonably accurate, because hopefully it'll all line up. See how that's there? And then one here. And then one more down here. And that's it. I've got 4 main diamonds, one in the middle. I've got half diamonds and quarter diamonds and whatever everywhere. Now what I did then was I took 4 pieces, so another 3, and I put them on here, and I went to my cutter and I cut along those lines, not the straight lines, just the diagonal lines, making sure to keep them all in a set every time I did my cut. And because I've already done one, I'll show you how that worked out. So these are all my bits. So I'm going to go and cut my other one, because also I only cut 4, and I found there wasn't enough variety as I started to put it together. So now these are all cut as well. So now I've got a variety. So now I want to put something together. So I'm going to start by putting all those down, and I've cut a piece of file folder and I've just cut it to the 8 inches. I figured that that was kind of probably a good size to cut it to. And what I'm going to do is reassemble it. But when I reassemble it, I'm going to make sure that the pieces are actually mixed up, so you get the variety of patterns as you go. And that's why I cut these extra ones up, because I had too many of the sort of florally pieces. I needed some breathing space between each of the pieces. Okay, so I just got a delivery. I had to stop filming and run out because he was delivering a teacup. I ordered a new teacup and it's lovely. Now, this is the center of my page here. So I'm going to pretend that this is like a page, I thought, and then I can decorate the other side and put it into one of my journals. So I really want to sort of reassemble what I've got here, just using all the different shapes and colors that I have. Now I don't know if I want to put that into the middle. So what I'm going to do instead is get these teeny little half pieces, because one of those here, you'll need 2 of those to fit them in, and then I'll have that center dividing line. I've got a couple of ideas for how I might use these. It's not all just going to be one page, but I just thought I'd do a little bit on this first. Stick a bit of glue down, because then I can make this into a page in my journals, or one of my journals, if I do this. Now my idea is to mix and match as I'm going, so I don't want to have all the pretty colours together. I made this piece the same height as the piece that I cut, the piece of wallpaper, so therefore I know when I put it back together that it's all going to fit. She says, hopefully. I think that came from another bit. There needs to be a bit here, like that. And then I need another piece like that. Maybe I should have got them out prior to sticking that glue on. That's okay, I can always re-stick that again if I need to. So like this piece needs to come here. Now, you can see that that's out a little bit. So obviously when I've cut that, I haven't cut it quite straight enough, but I think that's okay. I have a plan to deal with that. There you go, I've got that in the right place now. It actually worked. So it's a bit like putting the jigsaw back together, because it's not all going to be in the same, you know, the same spot. You have to work out how to put it back together. So this one can go up here, and that'll take it directly to the top of the page then. If I wanted to, I could put this in here and then I can just score it afterwards. So that's going to be the center of the page. So this is the side you'll see. See what other colors I cut. I thought I cut more than that. Just haven't pulled them out yet. I'll put one of these on this side. And then I've got maybe this one. I did that one already. What about this little one in here? That one doesn't look like it quite fits. I must have it round the wrong way. Yeah, I do. So that's what you need to be careful of, that you get it back the way that it needs to be. And then one across here. What colour have I got here? What about this? That's nice. And sort of put the full ones in first, if I can find it. I should have 8 different types of the full, because I cut 8 pieces of paper. Some of them are just hiding under here, I think. I'm going to put this one down again. I really like this one. And now I need to pop some things into the other bits that are empty still. There's one in there, and let's find one for here. So in theory, this should make for 8 sheets of paper, because I've cut 8 sheets up, so it should reassemble to make 8 sheets that are 8 inches by 5 inches. That's what it should do, if it's all working properly, that is, which it should. There's no reason why it shouldn't. I'll put this pretty one up here too. So these are like a half the diamond there. It's just fitting perfectly on the end of the page. I think my page is quite long, but I can always fold that over into a pocket or back the other way into a pocket. I need something for here. Now what colour will I use here? No, that's too florally. That is maybe one of those if I can find it. I think it probably would help if I sorted these out into sizes. Might help a little bit. Not that, see, that's the other piece of that. That's already not good. I've already got that one. Yes, I think I probably need to sort these out into shapes so that I can just go to that pile and look for that pile. So these are all the little half diamonds. I think I just dropped something on the floor, never mind. So the large ones, and there's a piece. I can put that in there potentially. Again, you need to get it the correct direction, otherwise it doesn't fit. And then I'm not going to worry about the other side, I'll do that later. Just wanted to show you the finished product for this particular option that I've come up with. And you really need to just keep turning them until you find one that fits. Okay, so this would kind of be one idea. Just to use a base, you don't have to use manila cardstock, you can use whatever you like, and just create, you know, a pattern like that. But obviously I've got little gaps in it. Now, once again, I'm looking to what Angel did on the show, and she also had little gaps, but you know, hers was going around curves and up spirals and things, so I'm not sure how she did it. This was hard enough. And she got some ribbon and put through on hers on all the different pieces. So I thought what I would do in lieu of ribbon is I will put some washi down just along all these edges so that I have got all of those things hidden. I'm just going to show you what that looks like when you start getting that down. Let's do this. Actually, I won't. Yeah, I'll do this. No, I won't do that one because it's still got a piece. Sorry, I was being very indecisive there. But you can see as I'm placing the washi, and this is really just a really thin, nondescript washi in like a blue colour. And the glue that's, you know, probably on those edges will help this stick on. So I'm not worrying about putting anything down on top of it, underneath it I mean, like a double-sided tape or something like that, because the glue that's there is going to help it stick. Put that one there. And I do want to do this one. I've just run out of this washi too, which is good because, well, not good that I run out, but it's good because on the other side I can do something different on this side. There you go, I've trimmed those edges and it just looks fabulous, doesn't it? Bring it up close to the camera so you can have a good look. So the next option would be that you could add little things to each of these where the pieces intersect. And these are hardware heads. I think that's what Tim calls them. And you could just add those to each of your joins. Now you might like to also add them to the edge of the piece here. Just see what that looks like. Because I've just cut some of the joins, like when I cut that down, I've just taken, you can see the triangle's not fully, sorry, the diamond isn't fully formed here. So you could do something like that. Now another option would be, I guess, similar, but just using a different material. You could use some bling. I don't have any bling, not little teeny tiny dotty bling anyway, but you could use some bling. Now I do have these, which are like little, I don't know what they are. I think they're washers. Again, I think these might be also Tim Holtz things, but I've had them forever and I can't remember. So you could use these and just glue these on. The hardware heads are also glued on. They look like a brad, but they're actually not a brad. So we could just pop some of those on here. Oops, one missing. Like that. That looks pretty too, doesn't it? And so I think that you could make this into a pocket. You could trim it down a little bit more and make it into a pocket. Or you could put it up this way and make it into a tag. I don't know if I like it that way though. I like the diamond shape. Now I'm putting washi down again. I've just found a little bit more washi that seems to match in okay. And of course you don't have to even use wallpaper. You could just cut paper up into diamond shapes. I just like the idea of using wallpaper because that's where I got the idea from when Angel found those beautiful wallpapers in the attic, which were just divine, and then made them into that amazing room, and then later fixed it again with did it again on the spiral staircase. I was just so enamored of that. It was just amazing. Very, very talented, creative lady. The other thing you can do is you could cut your diamonds smaller. I chose to cut them this size, but I could have halved that, and so they would be, you know, little teeny tiny things. These ones are, let's get those measurements for you. So they are 4 inches tall and 2.5 inches wide. So if I made them 2 inches tall and 1.25 inches wide, they'd be, so that would be 4 of them. So they would be really, really tiny. They'd come up to here. And then you'd have this little triangle or diamond. I kept calling it a triangle because I'm thinking I had to make, you know, like when I was trying to do it, I thought, oh, I need 2 triangles that are, you know, coming together to form a diamond shape. So that would be a pretty little pocket. And the other thing you could do is you could put something on the back, and that could be a journaling spot. You could also turn, like if we take this one, you could make that into a side tuck on a page. I probably will put something on the back and make that into a page within a journal itself. If you were going to do that and you wanted to use a brad, you would need to put the brads through prior to putting your backing on, of course, because once you put a brad on, I think I'd use probably a silver brad with that, but once you put that on there, you're going to have the split pin of the brad on the back of it. So the other thing you could use would be buttons, and I've just laid those on there so you can have a look and see what they look like. I've put them around the edge as well, but it would be up to you. If you had this smaller, you could put them around the edge if you were putting it onto something else. But you can see, because I've cut 8 sheets up, that I have plenty left. So I think I'll keep playing with this because I really, really like this. And you could almost make this like a masterboard and then chop it up into tags, which I may well do as well. So what I did was I made another whole skinny sheet of them, and I've cut them into tags. Now I didn't have enough of the one washi, so I used 2 different washies. I used a pink and a green in the skinny, because I thought that that really went with the papers. And if you look at the tags, you can't really tell, or you know, it's not jumping out that there are 2 different washies used on these. I don't think so anyway, because they just blend in quite well. And then I cut them because they were, you know, I used a long skinny piece. Well, actually I used a long piece and turned it up the other way, so the diamonds ran up the page, because I didn't like the diamonds this way. I think that it doesn't do them any justice. And then I chopped it all up and I got 6 tags out of it. So now I thought what I'll do is I'll use some of my paper dolls, because then I started to think This is really pretty, but it needs some black and white. It needs something on it to bring it back to being more me. So I thought that the paper dolls would be perfect for that. And I've picked out some. So this is a big dude. Now this is not from the new range, it's from the old normal paper dolls, I'll call them, not the new groups. And I thought he was bringing singles out, but I haven't seen any singles yet. Maybe that's in a later thing. Anyway, I like these two people together. Put these two on this tag, I think, because that's quite a long tag. And then I've got Trumpet Boy. I've got this little girl, she can go on this one. I'll probably put Trumpet Boy on here because he's long, and then this dude on here. So they look really great as tags, I think. Hope you think so too. And I'm sure that you'll be all madly making them, not necessarily with wallpaper, but with pattern paper of any type. Now I've just got some glue on that. This does dry clear, but of course if you put the glue on and you leave it on, it does leave a mark if you don't get it off straight away. So I just stick these on. This guy's huge. I didn't realise he was that big until I pulled him out of the box. Now he doesn't have any other push outs on him, just checking. He needs to stand up straight though. Oh, I can't get that straight, that's better. So yes, I thought that not only do they make great pockets, tuck spots, tags, pages, but the possibilities are endless, especially if you start getting into your own papers, your coloured papers and your pattern papers and making them. But I have lots of wallpaper, so I really wanted to use the wallpaper. So I just used some of, I've still got a heap left over actually of those things. That was only 8 pieces that I chopped up, and it's made a whole lot. So I think that I'll be making some more of these. Interested in exploring what else I could possibly do with the wallpaper other than this idea. So I'll have to have a think about that. Put my thinking cap on and see what I can come up with. I'm struggling with getting things straight now. Must be all the diamonds that I cut. It's got my eye off somehow. Okay, so there you go. I've got those on. And now some more black and white with some stickers, I think. These are just the small talk. I think I'll go, I don't know, will I go the black or the white? Try this one. Oh, that's pulled that off. Okay. I think I'll go the black. Put that back in. And let's see what I'm going to put on. I need some short ones. If I get long ones, they're going to be too long for the tag. So lots of things that you could do with these. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to cut these quotes apart. Not something I do a great deal of. I also don't like them to be on angles. As you probably worked out by now, I'm not great with angles. Sort of straight things are better for me. I wonder if I'll put that apart like that. I just want to cut these two, so I'm really taking it down here to tiny pieces. Because it's neither all left aligned or right aligned, but neither is it random, I have to do something about that, so it doesn't look any good. So if I put that here on purpose, I'll move this one over towards his leg. This one I will move back this way a little bit more. And of course I'll put a sample, like I might put this one or one of the ones that I did finish into my sample book. Maybe I'll put both actually into my sample book, because I then will have it and I'll know what I did. I'm not going to put a word on this one. This has already got the 2 dolls on it. I don't think it needs a word. And I'm going to put this one on here because He's looking a little droll, and I want to put "You can never have too much happy" on here. My sense of humour coming out again. So I'm going to put "You can never" underneath. Have too much on the next line. And then happy. I need to move "never," put that more into the centre. There you go. So there you go. That is the end of this video. I'm done. I've made lots of things. I've got my tags. I've got another one that's not quite finished. Then this will probably be the one. I'll put these both into my ideas book. So I have like a one half done and then one completed. And I've also got my page, which is like super, super pretty. I love it. So I hope you enjoyed that, and I hope it encourages you to get out your wallpaper if you have any, Tim Holtz or otherwise, or also your pattern paper, and have a go at this, because it was just a lot of fun. And I will catch you in the next video. Thanks for watching. Cheers.